Good day, good evening. Where am I? What time is it?
Well, it's evening.
What? Okay, thank you for your support, man. Thank you
Yes.
for helping your
Good
boy
evening.
out. It's your
Yes.
country boy,
And your city girl,
Eric.
Andy Lane.
All right, your relationship architects, back
Yes.
with another um, great topic we want to talk about.
Yeah.
Um,
It's Thursday again,
it's
babe.
Thursday again. These weeks are
Y'all,
going by.
I'm telling you, we will be in 2022 before we blink an eye.
Yep.
So don't blink.
Don't blink.
Don't blink, right? But we thank you guys for tuning in. Stop on in. Do what
Yes.
you do. Go ahead and tag someone. Share this. What do they do on Instagram?
Yeah. So, well, I don't know what they do on
Well,
Instagram.
do
What
what
they
you
supposed
do.
to do on
I
Instagram?
have enough.
Do however you're gonna do it on Instagram.
Yes, but we welcome you.
Tag your
Instagram,
friends.
YouTube.
Yes.
Come
Yes.
on
Yes.
in.
Yes. Come on in. Gonna give y'all some time to
What was
come
that?
in.
Moderator, what was that?
Oh, I was just saying we can send it to each other.
Oh,
Yes. Send
okay.
it to your friends.
Send it to your friends. That's
Yes.
simple. Just send it to somebody,
Send it
right?
to somebody. Let them know.
Show them some love.
Yes. Today we are talking about supporting your spouse. Right now,
Not
last month.
spousal support. That's a whole nother.
Yeah, we don't show.
That's another show.
We ain't trying to.
We ain't trying to talk about that.
No, no.
But supporting your spouse.
Yes.
That's where we're.
So last month
focusing.
we talked about domestic violence,
Mhm.
right?
October was Domestic
National
Violence Awareness Month.
Mhm. So we covered
Yes.
things that dealt with topics regarding that. So now we want to transition into supporting our partner.
Because that's huge. I think it's something that's definitely needed, and to follow up, kind of on where we left off with Domestic Violence Month, right?
Mhm.
Because that's already a challenging and a difficult topic to talk about, because we all have been touched by it
Yes.
one way or another.
Mhm.
And so then we want to come back around
Mhm.
and meet you right where you are in your relationship. Is how can I support them?
Yes.
How can I be there for?
It could be, and there's various things. Some as simple as, like I said in the description, putting a care package in your car for your wife, right? A care package. I shared this with a young man the other day about how in every one of his vehicles have a care package inside the car. Now, what's a care package?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's a care package?
Especially the car that your wife is in, have inside, a Ziploc bag.
Okay.
Find out what's her favorite lipstick. Because listen, ladies change their purses, right? So when they change their purses, they might forget to move something over.
You pay attention, baby. Look at you. Ooh.
Found chicken, wow. Yeah,
that's true.
Have some of her basic things in there,
or lip gloss.
Have
or
her
something.
lady things in there. Yeah, some lip gloss or something. Her lady thing in there, and some wipes in there, and
her
whatnot.
Lady thing.
Yeah, her lady thing.
Her lady thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, lady stuff, and just to support in that way, or as complex as supporting your partner in something like overcoming grief. Okay, that
Huge.
either way, there is support in all different areas. We're going to cover things tonight, even like covering life changes. You know how Facebook have significant life changes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, like you get married.
No,
you have a baby.
Facebook says, and so I'm not. Oh, that.
Okay.
But on I'm not
you
the
sure right.
Facebookite.
Yeah.
But yes, I do know that they do talk about different things. So
yes, that's one of the things. Life events is what they call it. Life events. So life events happen. You have a baby, or in Elaine's case, you have a baby. You have another baby, another, and another, and another. So that's support.
He acts like I did this by myself.
I was an innocent bylayer, people. I was an innocent bylayer.
He's a slow learner, wouldn't you say?
I'm just, hey,
Innocent, I don't know. But anyway.
Yes. Anyway.
But
So
that's
yeah.
good. I like that. That care package is something that it's. I think it's a something that would definitely hit home for a woman, just to show that you're thinking of her,
Yeah.
and that's huge, So going that extra mile to just
Yeah.
kind of
So
show that you care.
let's just jump into it then.
Why
So
not?
in support, that's one of the things, supporting your partner. Um, uh, you know, one of the things I say with guys, and it's not so much just to put guys, if your wife is better at managing the care for the cars, so be it.
That's her thing. She's able to do that.
Yeah. If the guy is better at cooking, so
So
be
be
it.
it. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So none
So,
of the gender kind of things
not
that
getting to the battle of the sexes,
right
you
couples used to fight
where,
about a
you
lot.
know,
Yeah.
like equality, like if the man is supposed to put down the seat, shouldn't the woman let up the seat
We're not
when she's
going
done?
there.
When she's done, I'm just
No,
saying
we're not going
equality.
there. No,
Okay, so
we're not going there.
we're not going. Okay,
Yeah.
we left domestic violence. That's right, back there. So anyway, so we don't have a domestic violence situation
No.
in front of the people.
Mm-hmm.
So if you, as far as cars are concerned,
Yeah.
I shared this with the gentleman too. Say, if you make sure that there's gas in the vehicle, even though it's her, she's driving it the most or whatever, have a day out of the week where you just make sure that there's gas in the car and begin to where she doesn't have to stop. You know how folks were robbing women at the gas stations, because when their vehicle opens up, they, their passenger side will be open, depending on the make of the car.
Right. But
that-
it would give easy access.
Easy access. People will sneak up. Well, if her husband had went and put gas in the car, well, she doesn't have, she can go to work and home, or to work to the grocery store, or to work to the gym, to work to wherever she needs to be, and not have to be concerned about stopping to get her hands dirty.
Yeah.
And again,
so are you giving tips to
the
men, the mighty men right now as well?
Yeah, that's a tip. I mean, that's just in the conversation. I just want to say, share something that the gentleman thought that was. He's like, man, that is so good. He's like, man, I never thought about that. So I was like, well, I'll share that.
That's good, and it is good. And I mean, and so even ladies, like we can do, certain things to think of, something that can help our husbands out, right? For instance, just making sure that, just thoughtful things like putting away his shoes instead of complaining about them. I mean, yeah, I'm just saying you can just go ahead and put the shoes away for him and not make a big deal out of it. Just kind of show him some love.
Shoes,
and the shoes. Sometimes you got to get it in while you get it in. No, I'm teasing. But no, so like making sure, if I want you to eat right, if I want you to, to make sure that you're, you're healthy and you're doing what I encourage you to do, and instead of me, nagging about it, make your smoothie, make your cup of tea in the mornings, and make sure that it's available to you, that hey babe, don't forget that this is for you. This is my thoughtfulness of you and for your health. And because I love you and I want you, that says I want you in my life.
Yes.
For a long time.
Yes. Because it was a joke in the office, is that I would come into the office with this drink that looked like
what color was it? What color was
green. And people would ask me, so what's in it? I say, I don't know, but Elaine made it for me and I'm drinking it. I guess she want me to live a long time. She want me to be around for a while.
That's right.
Or whatever. Yeah.
So it's going that extra mile, and just those little things, right? To show care and concern and love.
Right. And
support.
do it according to what they would like.
Yeah.
not just something
Okay.
you.
Okay. Is that something that's
Would
you getting
like.
at me now?
No, I'm not getting at you.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
talking about me, really, because
Oh, okay.
so one time I came home, I was like, hey, you know what? Go and get you something to eat. Go get you some coffee. Go whatever you want to do. You just go. Me and the girls, we gonna kick it. This and that. She was like, no, you go. You leave.
Yes.
Because that was something that it was
That
according
speaks
to what
my
she likes.
that speaks my language.
Yes. When I cut the yard, it makes me feel good when they comment on the yard, but I want them to be proud of the home that they came home to. Shucks, even when we were in the shack, when we were in 720, my little raggedy house had the cleanest yard,
The yard was tight.
edged and everything.
Absolutely. We didn't let the outer circumstances dictate to us at all.
Into control.
We took care of it. So
those
that
are
is good.
Those are areas of support. As say how does the yard be a level of support? Well, if you're in a situation you already don't like the situation, make the best of it. And so at least the family was able to come home, and my wife was able to come home to something that looked cared for.
Yeah. And so let's talk about the transitions in life.
Yes.
So life is filled with transitions.
Another baby, and the baby kept coming.
There you go. You sure talking about babies a lot. Are you trying to tell me something?
No, I ain't trying to tell you that.
Mind?
I ain't changing nothing. It is finished. Instagram, say finished with me.
Is it?
It's finished.
But yeah, so life has transitions, and it's filled with I've heard people say, twists and turns. And what is one of our favorite singers? I think it's Molly that talks about, in one of his songs, twists, turns, and just in relation to how life really has ups and downs, and it's got different things that are happening. And when you have two totally independent individuals, right, who are being affected by the different transitions in life, we are going to need support.
Right. So the pandemic.
Absolutely. The pandemic was one that both were affected. Do you think just one person was affected?
No. That speaks to something even deeper, that when both of you need support, being able to still support while you even need support.
Yeah. And even during that time, it was we saw many couples. We saw them in, not so much in person, but virtually, right? Many therapists and coaches or what have you really saw an uptick in the calls that we received during that time, because the services were needed. And so when you're both affected, when you're both stressed, then it's a great idea to make sure that you are getting the necessary help so that you can be supported, as well as while you're giving support to someone else, to your love.
Yes.
So those are some of the things. Hey, that's Leandro.
Yes.
But those are some of the things that's Brazil.
Val.
Yeah,
Val.
That's Brazil. Yes.
There y'all.
They're always coming in, showing us some love.
Yes. Jump in them comments real quick.
Yeah.
If you're enjoying the conversation, go ahead and hit that like button. Go ahead and hit that subscribe and the notification bell. And we love to have your comments on how you support your partner.
Absolutely.
Right? And how you like to be supported. What does support mean to you?
Ooh, yes. So, as we always start off, make sure you go and get you something to drink, right? Get you a little glass of something, tea, whatever you want, water. This has a little lemon in it. Come on, baby, show me some. There we go.
Show you some love.
Yeah. So join in the conversation. Make sure that that you have something refreshing, right, to keep you going.
Yeah. Somebody in the household drank all the Stella Rose. I won't look in their direction. Anyway. All right.
Where should I look?
I don't. Neither one of us can look in the direction, because
because it may not have been me. I'm just saying, but okay.
No, it wasn't. I don't think it was you.
Okay.
I think it was some of your offspring. Anyway, so the changes in life. So we've had the pandemic. We've had these things. that
Yeah.
have happened to us. How could go to the folks watching? How can you support? How have you been able to support your partner in this time in the pandemic?
And what are
Right.
some transitions that you have faced, right? That you have needed support as well.
Mm-hmm.
And we want to make sure that we recognize those couples, especially that are hanging in there and through
Hanging
those
tight.
transitions, right?
Going through.
This is where it all matters. So
The
we
rubber meets the
all
road.
where the rubber meets the road. But we, it's important, I think, because many times we can miss the fact that a strong relationship endures
Yes.
transition. A strong relationship actually goes through something. Most people say that they want, oh, I want the wonderfulness of having a significant other, right? And it's all with the butterflies, and it's all with the anticipation of all things being wonderful.
Wonderful. Unlimited sex.
Yes.
Never been alone in the bed.
Right.
Watching movies, Netflix and chilling.
Yes. Those things make us smile, right? But what about the transitions, when, there's, like Eric said, grief, when there's a loss of a loved one?
Yes.
Are we able to recognize that those are some of the times when it's most important?
Most important. Leandro, we got a comment. Leandro says, I cook and I do the dishes. That's what I'm talking about. See, they are empty nesters.
Yes, they
Yes.
are.
Mauricio is a grown man. And so
so you're saying they could do that, huh?
I mean, I know that the day is coming, and I don't have a problem washing dishes. Yeah. That I just feel like it's just fair. Even if we cook together, if we clean, because that's one thing Mama taught me. That when you cooking, clean at the same time, so that stuff is not just all out of sorts when you're done. So once you get that good meal, if the itis set in and you want to sleep, you can sleep.
Kitchen's already clean. Dishes already done. But thank you, Leandro. Yes, that is so good.
Yes.
We applaud you for that. Woo-hoo! Yes. Right. Vol is loving that, I'm sure.
Yes.
And that is wonderful. And even, you and I have experienced, certain things where, like what you say, in helping in the kitchen or what have you, there's been a time or two, that I've come out and helped you.
That's right.
With working on the vehicles.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
I actually put on, listen to this, you guys. I put on what do you call them? The overalls?
Coveralls.
See, I don't even know what you call it.
I call it a domestic duty suit.
There we go. He had two.
And some people call it a onesie.
Right.
I frown on those who call it a onesie because it's not a onesie.
It's not a onesie.
No.
Okay, I won't call it that then. But yeah, so I even put it on, right? And I went outside, and when he asked for a certain tool, I handed him the tool. So because I know a little something. I had like about 4 or 5 cars before I turned 21.
We ain't gonna say why you had it for 5.
We ain't gonna go there.
We ain't gonna go there.
But I own a set of cars. But so I would hand it to him, but as a way of supporting.
Yeah, and sometimes I would call her because what was funny, and this is no joke, y'all. Sometimes I could be trying to figure something out, and I call and say, "Hey, babe, I'm trying to figure this out."
Yeah.
Now she doesn't know anything mechanical.
Wait a minute, I know about that Schwarzenegger. I know about that.
Schwarzenegger.
Danielle says, I encourage her to invest into perfecting her daily habits, including learning to overcome the ebbs and flows of a day.
Yes.
That's a good thing.
Support. I like that,
yes.
Danielle. Yes. The ebbs and flows.
Yeah,
yes, sir.
Because it's going to be there, hands down.
Yeah.
So that sounds like emotional support.
Yeah.
But yeah, so sometimes she would come out, and when she would come out, I'd figure it out. I don't know if it's the man in me that want to show out in front of his girlfriend. You know, got my woman out here.
Or if I just have I have the charm and the, you know, I just bring that.
Oh, you're the Azer, so yes, you bring the portion.
I bring that out.
You answer the things that are missing.
Absolutely.
Well, if I had not been there and seen it for myself, I wouldn't have moved. But I've seen it for myself, and it works.
Yeah.
So anyway, that is support.
Yeah.
Right.
And so what's another area? I know some people say like midlife crisis. Do you believe in midlife crisis?
I don't. Because I had somebody accuse me of a midlife crisis with my motorcycle.
And it wasn't me.
No, it wasn't Elaine.
It wasn't me.
But listen.
But somebody you know.
All the children are driving and going on. Mm-hmm. And I couldn't afford another 4 wheels, so I got 2 wheels. At least that's my excuse.
Thank you for confessing.
I was joking about the excuse
part. But anyway,
it saves a whole lot more gas.
Of course it does.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And I'm a daily rider. So when we were going into the office before the pandemic, I rode the motorcycle.
Yes.
Even when it was cold. So I was a real rider. I'm not the fair weather rider.
Okay.
I was
that's what they call
real rider.
Fair weather rider, like fair weather friends.
Yeah. So I'm a real rider. So
midlife crisis. I mean, do you believe in do y'all believe in midlife crisis? Instagram, YouTube. Do you believe in midlife crisis? Because I mean, yes, you did get your motorcycle, and I didn't consider that was midlife crisis or anything. I just knew that was what you desired. And what did I do? I supported that.
That goes into goals.
That goes
into goals, helping your partner reach a goal, this or that.
So that's another life transition, right? Because we get to the place where we are actually looking for certain levels of success from ourselves. And that's the way we should be, right? That in order to be, happy, as we know, this is all our Heal Thy Relationship, right? Our series that's continual. It's great to make sure that we're reaching those goals and we're looking for success as a person. Continual success. That means continual growth. So yeah, that's right. Our goals are important.
Hands down.
What is that Leandro said something as well?
Let me see.
Make sure we
catch those.
Yeah, because he said, he's got a
all this is by my side,
Yes. Hey,
happy woman, happier man. Yes. Yes.
That's right.
We stick together to help one another, our family and our family members. Yes. And they work together as a team.
Do.
And I think, Leandro, you also work outside the business as well, if I'm not mistaken, right? Put in the chat because I think you work outside the business and you work within the business.
Just and a beautiful couple that does remarkable work in Brazil. So we salute them all the time.
English Extreme.
Yes. That
teaching
is an amazing
speak English.
Amazing thing that they do. And so of course, like what we were saying, of course, I think the midlife crisis thing, and everybody's scared to say, y'all believe in midlife crisis?
Danny Young says, I believe in a young adult life crisis and midlife crisis.
Ooh.
Okay, speak to that.
Young adult life crisis.
What is the young adult life crisis?
And then Miss Ava says, yo, fam, Ava's here. What I missed.
Hey,
Ava.
Yes.
Sorry,
Eva.
Oh, Eva.
Eva.
Hey, Eva. Yes.
Yeah. Eva.
Okay, we got an Eva and an Ava. Yes.
Right.
Okay, so come on in, Eva, and tell us your thoughts. Do you believe in midlife crisis? Danny Yahoo says he does. He believes in youth. What did he say? Young adult crisis, life crisis, and midlife crisis.
Well, I think
so is that the same as just having, I don't know, just an identity, like looking for maybe it's a new way of reinventing ourselves?
Yeah, I think it's one. Now, I would like to take away the stigma that it's only men that have this, because in the media, it's always shown that the men have this.
So you're saying that women have
I believe women have it too.
So you do believe in midlife crisis. You said you did.
Yeah, I believe in midlife crisis. I don't believe in one for me.
So you believe in one for everybody else, but not for you.
Everybody else can have one. No.
Okay, so midlife crisis, and I would call it that. I think, and I will wait for Danielle to, of course, expound on his idea.
I say that for me.
Miss Eva says, "Heck yeah, I'm having one now."
She
said, "I am in the middle of a midlife crisis."
Oh my goodness. Okay, Eva, we standing strong with you, sis. We standing with you.
I think purpose, along the lines of purpose. I think the crisis that I may have, not in the regular term of midlife crisis, or what is commonly known as a midlife crisis. I think sometimes I feel like, okay, I needed to be at this place at this time. I wanted to be here. I wanted to do this. I wanted to accomplish that. I wanted to this, that, the other.
Yeah.
And everything. But I've settled, and in my spirit, and in my walk with the Most High, I've chosen His timing is way better than my timing.
You better say that.
I don't want to be caught in activity.
You better.
And so much activity.
Yeah.
For Him to say, as it said in the scripture, He say, these people are going to come to Him and say, "Hey, didn't I've cast out demons in your name. I've done all of these magnificent, wondrous works in your name."
Yeah.
And He's going to say, "Depart from me, you worker of iniquity." I don't want to be busy and not about His business. So for me, I think that's what kind of grounds me in the whole midlife crisis. Identity type thing.
And I mean, and I support the fact, and I definitely agree with what you just said. And I support the fact that we're continually growing.
Hands down.
Right. We're here on an assignment. Right. We all have been birthed into this world with an assignment. That means that, there is a need for you. There is a need for me. And so with that, I think that, attesting to what you're saying is, we set for ourselves, right, certain goals. We set, for ourselves, like things that we want to mark off or check off. And that just, it means that we're always growing. We should be growing.
Right.
We shouldn't be stagnant. We shouldn't be just, okay with the okay. But there's something that should always be driving us, that should always be pushing us. That goes along with, what is our life's mission? Right.
So then when it comes to to your partner, in knowing that, in knowing what your partner's goals are, and if you see some little signs of disappointment or whatever, being their cheerleader, the biggest cheerleader and advocate. I must brag on this lady right here. Yes, this glorious woman right here. I went back to school and went all the way through graduate school, and I kid you not.
I'm sorry, excuse me. Pause. You did that thing. You did that thing, baby. Yes.
Yeah, but I couldn't have done it without having that support with you and the children as well.
That's right.
We had the support, to help me get through that, because it was deadlines and papers that needed to be written, research that needed to be done. But matter of fact, for the undergrad, I wasn't even going to go to the graduation, because I was like, I'm going to do this for a different reason. I'm not going, this is.
And as his biggest cheerleader and supporter, the girls and I had our own conversation, and we were not about to let that happen. So we made ways, to make that trip all the way to Florida, and for him to actually march with his class. And that was huge for us.
And so Danielle finally expounded.
Finally?
He said, young adult life crisis is pretty much trying to figure out what makes you happy early in life. After getting past the phase of life where your parents are much more hands-on and have dictated so far. And then Miss Eva says, that's so true, Elaine. There is definitely a need for me right now, and the responses and interactions from my students and parents show it.
Yes. Oh, I love that. both of those comments are huge. Now, I will say, Daniel Yahoo, you changed my life because I never looked at it from that perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Like, as for from a young adult, being at that place where you're accustomed to having, your parents make decisions for you, and
Mm-hmm.
and then all of a sudden now you're in this big world, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're on your own and you've got to like go and handle it. uh I didn't think of it that way, so you helped me with that. But that's definitely a level of growth.
Mm-hmm.
And so who supports,
Yeah, the
that
partner.
who supports the child,
Mm-hmm.
because so our children need support as well.
That's right.
But yes,
That's taking it all the way to the family.
that's taking it all the way, yeah, to the entire
The
family.
nucleus. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Eva, thank you for that comment. I appreciate that. You're wonderful in all you do. You do wonderful.
Yes, that's
And
just
if you
as
didn't
opportunity.
know, now you know.
Now you know. So, look, this is another piece about defending your partner,
Yes.
right? These are some things that you want to take a look at into your inter-family relationships, your extended family, and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
Um, being sure that they feel like you've got their back.
Well, especially when you have a person that is, let's say, is like what we even transitioned through at one time, even in our marriage. When you're accustomed to, in your relationships where you're growing, right, as a mother, you're growing as a wife, you're growing. And every time, here's the thing that we always say, every time a woman is pregnant, she changes, right? Especially after she has the baby, she becomes a totally different person. You can't even describe her the same way. And the man changes, as the father changes as well, because you can't even describe him the same way. You have to say, Eric, oh, you talking about Eric and Elaine? Oh, with the 5 girls? Oh, with the 6 girls?
Yeah.
Oh, it changes. You can't even describe them the same way. And so with that, we face some things where there were certain changes in our relationship with family members, within our birth families, right? And so to have support, because there were things as you change, right? You begin to redefine yourself, and you are like, I am confident in me establishing my family. But if you have a certain family member that's still used to putting you in the box, right? That you're just, our little this, or you're just gonna be, oh, okay. We know him. We know how he handles this or what have you. And so to have that where your spouse is able to support, and that's what Eric did. He was able to support me in maneuvering certain things with my own family and people that I love, right? And that was huge for me, because during a significantly struggle, or time of struggle for me, dealing with family, after the death of certain ones in my family, what have you, we had to figure things out, and I was in the middle of something huge, the decision, right? But he was there as my support.
Yeah, and one of the things that I think um, that needs to be covered in your relationship and in supporting your partner, some of your needs you may want to choose to put on the back burner while that person is, going through and working through the journey of what everybody, like you were saying about the grief. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe the grief is taking a while, or maybe the grief is impacting you in a negative way. Whether it be they forget, or that happened to me. I was forgetting stuff when I was grieving. In 2017, I had so many family members pass away.
Yeah.
Besides friends that we know, but I had more family members pass away than there was the months in a year.
Yeah.
So I was forgetting things, and that was causing some struggle and strife on Elaine, right? Or as men, you might have, you have testosterone,
Mhm.
and you know,
Okay. Mm.
you might not go to a happy place on a regular basis, because you need to just support
Mm.
them. Allow
Transitions.
them, yes, those transitions. When the babies are born, is she going through postpartum?
Right.
Considering, making sure that the house is calm,
Mhm.
making sure that there is no tension,
Yeah. Yeah.
not getting jealous of the baby.
Mm.
The baby needs that attention.
Yeah. Yeah.
Matter of fact, get in on the attention for the baby and watch the growth,
Listen.
the impact on the baby. Even I won't go into that because listen, I was a breastfeeding boot camp dad.
He wasn't a breastfeeding dad.
No, not Meet the
Right.
Fockers.
Right.
Not Meet the Fockers.
But
I didn't have a prosthetic breast.
right. Right.
No, but I taught men the wonderful world of breastfeeding and the benefits that it is to them, as well as the health of their wife and child.
Yes.
Right.
And that's a whole level of support that a woman needs during that time. What have you, and the baby needs as well. But yeah, we have those different times and those phases in our lives where we are able to see that if we are there for for our spouse, right, then we're helping to carry the burden. We're helping to carry the load. We're helping them grow, right, through this phase. Just like, when we watch our beautiful children and they're just as cute, those little darlings.
Yeah. And if you believe the scriptures, if you believe the Bible, what's interesting is the Bible, when the woman had a son, she had 40 days of spa, of chilling with the child. You know what? I don't think I could even say that's chilling.
Right.
But, she has that time and that season of being away with the baby.
Yes.
And not so much like they go away or whatever, but
to recoup and to heal.
Yes, to heal and recoup. And then if she has a woman child, if she has a girl, it's 80 days.
Double.
Right? Twice that, So who's doing all the other work? In this time where we are today, why wouldn't a man do those things? Or if you have other children, delegate, If you have, matter of fact, in the United States, we had this thing and we've gotten away from it. In the Black community, it was interesting because you didn't bring the baby out for 6 weeks.
Do y'all remember
you stayed
those
in
times?
The house for 6 weeks.
If you remember those times, just put a 1 if you can, if there's a chat box or something, because there used to be a time when the woman did not come out with her newborn until after the 6-week checkup. Is that done now?
No, because I be seeing people with babies. She walking down the street downtown. She had the baby 3 days ago.
Right.
She in the CVS.
Well, and Grandma's put a 1 in the chat.
Yes. We don't see that anymore.
We don't see it.
We don't see it. And so, but again, we know that we know transition looks different for everybody. So we're not, bringing judgment or what have you, but we are just saying these are some of the things that we have to be able to support each other. And if you even know someone that is in a situation, find a way to support them, whether they're single, mom. They're trying to make things, happen and move things in their lives along from certain transitions. Be a support. How can you be a support to a father or a mother?
Now, we went way away from what we defending them.
Defending and being in the corner.
Are you trying to draw me back into having another baby or something? Because you started talking about the baby.
You actually started the topic.
I started to talk about babies.
You started the topic. Rewind the tape.
Okay, well, that don't mean that I want no babies.
Rewind,
America.
Rewind.
Johnson is not trying to have no more babies.
Unless he is.
No, say ain't trying to have. Country, straight New Caney ain't trying to have.
If y'all want that boy, if y'all want to see that boy,
put in the chat. Don't put a 0 goose egg in the chat. All right.
Miss Eva said that her mom used to talk about the whole 6-week thing.
Yeah.
And then Mrs. Brown said, Nigerians don't play that. You're indoors.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
See?
You are indoors, and that's again the support that what used to be given.
Okay, let's get away from the babies.
Time.
No more babies.
Okay.
We support it when the in-laws going in on your spouse.
Okay.
You be in their corner.
Mm-hmm. They okay. So yes, let's transition.
I'm
so
scared.
Yeah,
I'm scared.
That's but it's important to defend your spouse when they're, like I mentioned earlier, when we're transitioning in our relationships with our families, be a support, being able to say, hey, you got me, babe,
That's right.
and we are all in this thing together. Y'all hear me say it, and I mean it. We're all in this together.
I shared with his brother. Now, extended families are important. Let me say that. We can do more together than we can apart.
Absolutely.
I truly believe that. But I believe that it needs to be healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Because the scripture also says that a man shall leave his mother and his father and cleave.
You're preaching. You're preaching.
Cleave.
All right. Cleave.
To his wife.
Break that down.
So what your mama tells
you.
What your mama saying to you, sir, is secondary.
Wow.
Because you've excelled into another position. I'm not saying disrespect your mother.
Absolutely.
Or your father.
Absolutely.
That is not what I'm saying.
Right.
But I'm saying that there is an order, and you make sure that you defend. Okay, maybe she don't make the sweet potatoes the way your mama made the sweet potatoes. Just stop.
This is taking me back to a personal story.
But see, that was a good one though. That was a good one because you changed my life and
all right. Tell America.
And listen, Mama didn't even have an issue. Mama didn't know what was going on in my heart. It was in my spirit.
My mama, Brenda Molazan, is an amazing. I love her. She's an amazing supporter. Amazing cook, absolutely. So I put it out there, America, I will never put myself in position to compare myself with that extraordinary. But, Eric was able to learn something different because I did something different than mama. And I wasn't trying to, I was just trying, I was just, doing me. And I was trying a different way because I grew up the same way that he grew up. Which is watching how the potatoes, right, and cutting up your potatoes, your sweet potatoes, right, your yams, cutting them up. How did you cut your sweet potatoes?
Tell me in the chat how
you cut your potatoes? Do you slice? Do you what you do?
Do you chunk? Because I know some folk that chunk. They just
chunk it.
They probably cut. No, they just cut it in like 4. If it's a big potato, they might cut it in 8, but they still massive chunks.
Okay.
And put them in there or whatever. But Mama
ways.
used to cube them. That was it was cubed. And here it is. My wife was slicing them like potato chips, and I was like, and my sister was coming. Now both of these women. My sister owned a catering service.
Another extraordinary.
And mother, she worked in the hospital over the meat processing and everything. So
they know what they do.
And I've sat at the table.
They know their utensils in the kitchen.
Right. You got one? Got something?
Miss
Instagram?
Said circle slice, and Danielle who said prepackaged. Shaking my head. That's a ball saying we don't need no more babies. You need to visit us.
Thank you, Val. Let us travel to get that.
I thought I had you on my side.
Val no. She knows.
Okay.
It's a wrap.
Yes, thank you, Val.
The Messiah said it is finished.
Anyways,
I'm going to misapply this scripture on purpose.
Well, hold on. Let's go. Okay. Eva says slice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what you did.
That's what I did. I sliced the sweet potatoes.
And what was awesome is they cooked quick, because normally your sweet potatoes would take a little while for them to cook when you cube them. And then too, sometimes you had them little strings. I just hate that. The little strings in it. And I didn't like that. Well, when you slice them, you don't have the strings.
So I changed your what?
You changed my life.
Say it again for the people in the balcony.
You changed my life.
All right. Yes. But yes, so
anyway,
there are differences. And Danny Yahoo, we will not be doing prepackaged.
No, sir. No, sir. No, sir.
That's a
the
no.
Chicken nugget generation.
Right. But so again, but you supported me.
Yes, I did. I sliced them right alongside.
He didn't make a comment.
I didn't. I almost did.
Surprisingly,
I almost put my foot in my mouth.
And I could feel him. See, I could feel the discomfort, the struggle that he was having. Because, like I said, I grew up the same way, where the sweet potatoes were actually cubed. They were actually cubed, but I decided to try something different.
And I had the judges coming.
And
because I don't set up, because they come, you know how they sit, you know how Mom and Sonya sit up and they talk about, they could have added a little more paprika in this.
Right. And we're talking about sweet potatoes, right?
We're talking about sweet potatoes.
Just different stuff. I've been places and they we eat, and I used to go to lunch with Mama every day when I was in the pharmacy.
Okay.
And she was at Methodist, and she'd be talking about, they didn't season this right.
See, Mama.
And everything. So I'm like,
Mama.
I don't know if I can take her. I don't know if Elaine gonna be ready for Mama.
You thought I was gonna get my feelings hurt.
I thought the feelings was gonna get hurt, and this, so, and this was what? Okay, I don't know if y'all heard that.
Well,
but
that's what live does.
Yes, that's live, and a house full of.
So, yes.
But anyway, it was. I was nervous, but I supported anyway, and I sliced just like she did.
And I changed his life.
Yeah.
So that's what support does, right? It really does. It helps the person to feel like you are with them, you're on their team, you're in their corner, right? And that's important for each one of us to have that, where I know that Eric has got me. If I'm transitioning through something, it's not easy. And so him being there, and sometimes we look at, what can I say? Sometimes don't say anything. Sometimes saying something, you're going to mess it up.
Right. So that's what like being in someone's sanctuary. Because in that same situation, that same scenario, I was able to keep you calm and you was okay with doing what you was doing.
Because if he had said something,
then it was
third ward.
Yeah.
On the good side. Next door to the washer chair.
She was gonna be nervous,
and it was going
situation.
I was, it was not gonna be good because I would have had an attitude.
Yes,
he would have had an attitude.
Yes,
they were trying to entertain in the midst of an attitude, right? And it just so this is how things happen and how you get conflict out of simply not knowing how to support properly.
Right.
Right. And that's important.
Yeah. So allow that to be a safe space for your partner and whatever they're going through in closing. Whatever they're going through, whatever they're whether it be positive or negative, make it a safe place for them to come and talk to you in order for them to accomplish all that they need to accomplish. Because what's beautiful, you got something?
Oh yeah, Grandma said, I don't remember the cubes. I was a chunker.
Oh, she was a chunker. So I stand corrected. Mama was a chunker.
All righty. All right.
Yes. So support your partner in situation. I would even say, and consider those relationships, especially right now. Think about the people who didn't have anybody during this pandemic. Think about the families when you had issues with folks and you would have more likely need your family, in that time. Now, within good reason. Now, don't go where you're not celebrated or don't go where you're tolerated. I encourage you, healthy. We're talking about healthy. Proper communication with one another and even proper communication when there are difficult times that you are able to go through the life cycle of a conflict, where there's a fire, then we confront the issue. Step 3, we talk it out. 4, we forgive. 5, we set boundaries and goals for where we're going to go, and we
And we go
return
right
back
back.
to healthy,
Mhm.
right? Heal thy.
Yeah.
What we say? Heal thy
relationships.
relationship,
Yeah.
right? And this is about, again, supporting your spouses. So now listen.
Yeah, and this is important. And lastly, as we're closing, is this is important for this time of year, too. Because many of us feel there's something about this time of year where many things go, increase, like with suicide rates and different domestic violence, all these different things that are common, for each person as an individual as they're dealing with something. But we are in that season where it's things are really affecting us, and they're
That's
affecting
right.
us in a hard type of way. So we want to encourage you to make sure that you are expressing love, you're expressing support, you're expressing hope, giving somebody hope during this time.
Yes.
And so support in whatever
Hands
way you
down.
can.
All right. So speaking of support, we at the bottom of the screen, you see at ericandelaine.com, you can go in and support that. You can go to our Cash App and support, because before I even go to the Cash App and everything and the PayPal me, listen, our nonprofit, get ready to hoot and holler. Our nonprofit, we got our first proposal with Spring ISD. Woo! Yes. We are going to be working with the impacting the Spring ISD area. The parents, because we have a Cradle to the Grave program where we're dealing with multi-generational, and we're giving them the tools they need to develop and maintain healthy relationships, y'all. We're dealing with teen pregnancy. And what's beautiful about this program is that the parents and the children are receiving the same curriculum so that the whole house can be transformed.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So this is a beautiful thing, because one of the things you need to know is that in that area, we're having upwards of 400 new cases of HIV annually. 400.
So
that's a lot among young people.
Yeah.
Right? Between the ages of 13 to 25.
Yeah.
Understand? And so we're doing that. You can go to olcdconline.org and send your support there. And you can see what's, some real work. You can see your dollars at work.
Absolutely.
In this given season.
And if you want to volunteer at any time,
yes,
we'll keep things posted right on our website and in different ways. We'll keep you in the know. But if you want to volunteer with us, make sure that you let us know. Go to the website and just type in there what have you would like to volunteer, and we'll make sure that one of our team members contact you.
Yes, it's we'll be jumping off in January.
So we're excited.
And everything. So it's going to be awesome. Also, we're serving the AIDS Foundation Houston, people who are living with HIV and AIDS. Again, these are worthy causes, we might say, to be able to deal with helping them develop the healthy relationships that they need. Hey, pay it forward. If you've been blessed in any way, shape, form, or fashion, pay it forward. I'm telling you, from an Extreme Makeover recipient, I'm telling you, it comes back. It comes back, hands down. But you could also support here with Eric and Elaine, first and foremost, because that gives scholarships for those at-risk families who are are not able to afford services, right? To be able to subsidize their services or whatnot. So again, you can go to the PayPal me link that's on the screen, as well as the Cash App, $ Eric Elaine. Okay. And
or just $ Elaine. Oh, never
that's not even. We just finished talking about support.
I'm teasing.
We just finished talking about support. Anyway, y'all, it's our time.
Yeah.
Again, if you've made it to the end of this video, you go ahead and please subscribe. You like the video,
And
hit the
share it.
notification bell,
Yes.
and share it with your friends.
Share.
Share this live.
Yes.
And hey, we'll see you on
Thank
next
y'all
Thursday.
for tuning in. Yes. Next Thursday, we'll see everybody. Peace and
multiplied blessings. See, we're going to get that right. See,
peace and multiplied.
Hold on. Peace and multiplied blessings.
Later.
Everybody's been